Toastmaster. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. I would like to take you on a journey to I do, when so many times I didn't. 4 engagements. My poor family had to go through this with me from the 20s into my early 30s. I promise it'll only be about 5 minutes for you guys. It starts with my first crush in kindergarten, Michael Norton. I would have done anything to make him like me. Now, this is in the mind of a 5-year-old, mind you. I'll give you an example. My teacher would have us sometimes get up and point to a number on the number line. So, great, Michael was called up, and he goes up there, and he's pointing to the number, but he's shaking his hand as he's doing it. So when I got called, I'm thinking to myself, now wait a minute, I'm not nervous, and I know my numbers, but I don't want him to think that I'm smarter than him, so I better shake my hand. So I go up there and I'm shaking my hand. Well, I don't know if that made a difference, because I still don't know if he ever had a crush on me. 1st and 2nd grade were a little different. Gregory Clunk and Cecil Combs. Now, I know they had a crush on me because everyone in my class knew that we had a crush on each other. They used to sing this song, which you guys may have heard on the playground before, or sung to someone, and it goes like this. Cecil and Deirdre sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. You guys have heard the song, right? I love that song. Now, if you're thinking that my whole elementary career was nothing but romance and singing, you'd be wrong. When I entered the 6th grade, I met the world of catty, mean girls. My so-called best friends from 5th grade decided they weren't going to like me anymore. Now, they thought they weren't going to talk to me, and when they did, they had a song, too, they would sing to me. And this is how that song went. There's a pig in the straw named Deirdre, and the farmer said you were fat, aha, you're dumb and you're ugly and not nice too. So pig in the straw, we hate you. That is the song I heard through the whole of 6th grade. And I managed to get through it, but I'll be honest with you, I do think that changed me a little, and it made me obviously a little more insecure, and I think it also made me want to say yes a lot more to people so they would like me. Now back to the story. My first engagement, Daryl. Daryl was fun, athletic, cute. Right out of high school, we started dating. After a few years, we got engaged. But I was noticing he was getting a little clingy, and I was losing respect for him. And I thought to myself, this is not the way you should be feeling about someone you're going to marry. So I consequently gave him the ring back, and we broke off the relationship. Engagement number 2, now remember there's 4. Engagement number 2, Jeff. Jeff was a cross between Tony Danza and Al Pacino. And this relationship went fast. We got engaged fast, and we got unengaged fast. That's probably because of the girl he was seeing on the side, which he ended up marrying, so obviously we were not meant to be. How does a girl who's now 28 years old, works in a cosmetic department, how is she going to meet Mr. Right? I'll tell you. You join a video dating service. My mom had gotten this letter in the mail from a company called Great Expectations, and she says to me, Deirdre, you need to fill this out. Mom, I am not that desperate. So a few days later, after I filled it out and sent it in, I got a phone call from them. Did you guys know that in the 1980s, you could meet the potential man of your dream or woman of your dreams for a mere $1,700 to $3,300. Well, I'm going to have to tell you right now, that was a little bit outside of my retail budget. So I did the next best thing, which was start dating and then get engaged to the franchise owner, Larry. And I should have really never dated Larry. He was a nice guy, but you know me, I have this hard time saying no. We broke up finally, and I just said, okay, God, this is it. I give it all to you. Obviously, I don't know how to find Mr. Right. Within 2 weeks of my little conversation with God, I get a phone call from my now husband, Dan. He had heard about me through his twin brother's boss, who had met me at work at some point. On our first date, I felt like I knew him for 1,000 years. I knew it instinctively. He was right for me. He was smart. He was funny. He was good looking, at least to me. He liked classic movies and classic music. We had fun together. He liked me. I liked him. And trust me, I knew what I didn't like already. 4 years later, on Christmas, he asked me to marry him. And I said yes. That following September, I said I do. And you guys, I am so glad I did. Thank you for taking this journey with me.